this is, of course, an older woman. I would say definitely senior citizen age. I can't really tell her height because she's sitting. And she's sitting, and I'm seeing mixed gray hair, cut, cut like to here, in a soft, kind of wave style. Can you accept that, please, that description? And she's sitting like a grand lady. And what I want to say is, she may have not had loads and loads of money, but this is a woman that had class. This is a woman that aspired to have a good life, a better life, and the accoutrements of a class lifestyle. And so as she sits talking in her chair, she's talking. I mean, this woman could probably outdo Queen Elizabeth the way she is expressing herself and speaking so ladylike. Again, I don't mean that in a disparaging way, but just very sophisticated and very, please come into my home, have a seat, what may I offer you? This is the way she presents herself to me.
Sure.
Okay, can you accept her so far?
Yes.
Lovely. So let's see if she has a message for you as well. I'm hearing, take what God has given you. She says this like, take what God has given you. And I think these different accoutrements that she's talking about, and I know I keep talking about vases and chafing dishes and whatever, but it's not about that. It's not, those are expressions, or those are symbols. What she is talking to you about is you taking more than just the accoutrement, more than just the material thing. That these are these things that she's expressing herself about. And what I want to say is, on the heaven realm, she is learning more. She is expanding her knowledge. She is studying. She is really expanding herself. And so she's wishing the same thing for you to expand yourself even further and understand, as she said, take what God has given you. And with that, I said, God bless you. God bless her.
So what we'll do next is we'll do what's called a double link. I'm going to talk a little bit, give Lorna a chance to rest. And then I'll describe, I'll get a link and I'll describe the link. And at some point, after I give out some information, Lorna will give out information about the same link, and we'll see if we can have two of us communicate the spirit contact to someone in the room. Now, okay, so I had, I'm about ready to say this is probably the last time I eat a dose of sugar like this before I do a reading, because I've got another Roundup guy here, and actually he's young. I see him as he's in his early 20s as well. He's very got very fair skin. It's almost porcelain-like. He's got very fair skin. He's got brown eyes. He's got wild, unkempt, curly hair, and he just moving. He may have had not a learning disability, but thank you, and he didn't hold his anger very well. He was like how do I put it? When he became angry, it was sort of like an explosion, and everybody in the family, everybody in the classroom, anybody in the store, wherever he was, it was just kaboom. And got brown eyes, maybe about this tall, and he's a very wiry. Do you feel anything familiar with someone?
What I was picking up as you were talking, Tim, is there's some relationship that this young man has with a cartoon character. And I know cartoons are not as popular as they were before, and I'm not 100% sure what this cartoon character looks like, but it reminds me of a mouse or a bear. It's you know, brown or dark in complexion, and the ears are kind of pointy. And for some reason, while you were talking, I did see that cartoon character. So this is a young man that had some sort of relationship or understood or liked cartoon. I won't say what exactly the cartoon character is, because I think it'll get us to ensconced in, you know, whoever, Woody Woodpecker or whatever. But there's something about, I don't even know if poor Woody is still around, but something about cartoon characters.
And as you were talking about the cartoon character, I actually saw this young man. He was very yes. He would draw cartoon characters, and he'd do it voraciously. So my hand was just like. And I also saw while you were talking regarding his medication. For his ADD. It made him sick, and he hated taking it. And it made him, I just feel very woozy. It made him feel very woozy. He didn't like taking it. And he said, I didn't care. It made me feel different. It didn't make me feel like who I was inside, so I didn't want to take it. And does this make sense to anyone in the room?
I'm just wondering, a lot of this information, I don't know about him, but a childhood friend of mine that I'm still in touch with, lost his son when he was about 25.
Okay.
And he was dead, and I think he had ADD and maybe bipolar disorder. I'm wondering if it might be.
Did you know anything about the drawings?
I didn't, but
Okay.
there are other things I know about.
So we'll continue. We'll continue
Yeah.
and see if.
And see if
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not saying we're not with her, but
Yes.
I'm kind of over here. You, darling, is any of this making, I'm going to come to you, but is any of this making sense to you? You, sweetheart.
Hey, sounds, I'm trying to pinpoint something. I can't seem to pinpoint like a specific person. But the cartoon I related to.
Just breathe and see. You two, huh? Are you here together?
Yes.
Oh, okay, you favor one another. Hi.
Hi.
So who's going to be the spokesperson?
It sounds like it could be our brother.
Lovely. What can you take?
When he had ADD, he didn't like taking his medications.
He was a musician.
He was a musician.
Always.
Yeah, he that was so
That was
funny
his-
that
that was
like
that was
his
his
thing.
Okay.
How about the drawing?
Charlie Brown.
And cartoons? Anything with
I
cartoons?
think that's really interesting. My daughter draws cartoons,
Okay.
and I don't know if you want to hear his name.
No, but I'll take that, because I saw the cartoon.
She draws pictures of a character of his name that shares the name of this cartoon character.
Okay, I believe we're in the back, and the biggest reason why I believe is because he had your eyes as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I also get the feeling that either this medicine or whatever led to his death, there was something with his head involved. Because I'm getting some real bad pressure in my head that I didn't have before we started this reading. So there was something going on with his head. That's number one. Number two, what I want to say is, And I'm saying this with a lot of emotion. You may not be able to hear it all, because, you know, when you go to medium school, they tell you you're not allowed to cry or whatever. It makes you look bad or whatever. But, you know, sometimes I do cry anyway, and, you know, I just say, well. But I want to say with some tears in my eyes, because this man, in spite of the, you know, the ramblings, for lack of a better term, of what you may have heard from him, there was wisdom in what he talked about. And what he's trying to communicate is that don't judge him by the disease. Don't judge him by the stigma associated with the disease, because he had so much wisdom. So much wisdom. If you could have listened in between the ramblings and the, you know, whatever it is he was talking about, that's where you would obtain the wisdom from him, because he had such great wisdom. Can you accept that?
Yes, he was a lawyer.
Thank you.
As Lorna was talking, the letter T came through pretty strongly with him. Teddy or Theodore, does that go with him?
Martha, I didn't know you on T.
Oh,
Keep it in mind.
Okay.
Did he have a bike or a motorcycle or like to ride bikes? So why am I seeing a bike?
He rode a bike as a teenager.
And when he was riding this bike as a teenager or a school-age person, did he have an accident? Was there a fall, or did he? Because I'll just tell you what I'm getting. I'm getting like a memory of him on the bike and not knowing precisely how to steer or the brakes, and hitting something, boom, 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 and falling. I don't know if you have a memory of that, but he gives me that memory.
We were with a friend, and one of our friends, like, the car stopped and he hit the car. So maybe that it wasn't our brother, it was a friend, the three of us.
I got you.
And one thing he's letting me know is that even though he was going a million miles a minute, and that's his own words, he did take the time to take notice of who was around him, and both of you brought lots of love and special things into his life. Although it may not have seemed that he had acknowledged that, he is acknowledging that. He's very grateful to have had his sisters. And did somebody like stamp on his foot like that? Because I just kind of feel like it's kind of silly, because siblings, I know me and my siblings, we all tried to kill each other multiple times. So, showing me something specific.
He used to hang our little brother on the stairs by his feet, by his foot.
There's the foot. Was there a bloody nose involved in that too?
Any number of times.
Showing me that as well.
It's a rough crowd.
And what he's saying is, heaven is just like that. It's going just like that. So, he's here to let you know how important your work is.
And just to take it just a little bit further, I don't know if he's talking about you or your mom, but he shows me a woman by herself, and the way he pictures her, he puts this iridescent light all around her, like this person is even, you know, more than Miss America, Miss Universe, you know, I mean, just the cat's meow. And he gives me that picture. And so I want to share it with you, so you have something to take home from your brother, that he really puts you all in such beautiful, beautiful light and esteem in his heart. And that's what it's all about, you know, love never dies.
As Lorna was saying, that one last thing. Did you folks plant something in his honor? Okay, she's showing me. And was that at the cemetery, or was that in the yard? It feels like it was like a tree.
My mom, which she held in the highest regard, has a whole memory garden in the garden.
I'm sorry, your
It's the
mom?
mother.
Has a memory garden in Fort Henry.
Ah.
Because that was the light around the room.
There's, he's saying, tell your mom that he's there with her when she's walking the garden.
I hope she feels this from him, because he has her like a saint.
She
That's
has
the
the
way I
same
see
him,
it.
so it's good.
Well, we're mindful of time, and there's also a request for questions and answers. So I will leave this to our esteemed host. We will be happy to stay and do question and answers. We'll be happy to do some more readings if you want, but we're respectful of your time. It is 10 o'clock, and we were told that we needed to end by 10. So you tell us what you would like, and we will gladly comply.
Would everyone like to stay on for another 10 to 15 minutes for Q&A?
I guess the question is right. Any other readings coming through? Do you feel like there's any more, or do you want? Why don't you tell us what you feel is going on?
May I speak for both of us? We are flexible. We can do more readings, or we can do Q&A. I'm mindful that we didn't get a chance to kind of talk about my talk. And I didn't know if there were questions about that, or you had questions about our mediumship, or questions, so I am completely open to whatever you all would like.
Do you want to do
Yes,
one
ma'am.
more reading? Do you want to do one more reading?
She has a hand.
Ken, I'm sorry.
I was just wondering if someone died a long time ago, is it possible that they got reincarnated and thus are not accessible at this particular time?
Well, here, and Tim, if I'm off base, you tell me. We don't make the decision of which or who comes forward. They make the decision, and they pick us. And I have the opportunity to obtain readings from people, recent deaths or very much long time deaths. So I really think it's up to the spirit person. And when I prepare for events such as this, or even my one-on-one readings, I focus on, please come forward in terms of what is needed. What does that person need to hear? What does that person need to receive? So that's pretty much the way I work that.
My feeling is, I'm not sure, there's an author, his name is Michael Newton. He's passed away. Not even if you're aware of Michael Newton? Yes, he's a psychiatrist and a hypnotist. And long story short, he learned a lot about the afterlife by having people. Thank you. But go back into the afterlife and go back into other lives. So, long story short, when we incarnate here on Earth, a part of us always stays in heaven. Some of us is here, some of us is there. So it's entirely possible that someone that has passed a long time ago has reincarnated. That part of them that's still in heaven can still contact you as a person.
Well, I do have, do you have a question?
Are we doing a Q&A portion? I don't know.
Well, we can do a little, Q&A. We've got 10 more minutes.
Okay.
And I do have a spirit communicator.
So I have a question regarding, I should say, career and business. Is it time to jump? You know what I mean when I say that? Is it time to jump?
Are you asking us to respond to you specifically, one-on-one?
Sure. Are we, is that a portion of what we're doing or not? That's what I meant by Q&A.
Yeah.
Not a regular Q&A, are we doing a one-on-one?
No.
Okay.
No, we're not doing that. People people may have specific questions about
general.
mediumship, healing, trance, anything like that. If you have any questions like that, we're entertaining questions. Yes, ma'am.
I'm aware that of close family relatives who have passed over the last several years. They all seem to have different ways of communicating. My mother was around for many years after she passed and would show up as legs going on, all kind of stuff. My father disappeared for a long time and I just barely started to feel him last year. My sister passed in April and I can't feel her much, but there have been some major things that have shown up. So I know it's different for everyone, but there always seems to be this line of demarcation where they then, it's like they're totally complete here, they leave. And I don't feel that much anymore. What can you say about that?
Well, what I would say is that remember that our memory may fade because we are human. And so our memory, our thoughts, our sentiments, our vision of that person may fade. But it doesn't mean that from an energetic perspective that that person is still somewhere in our midst. I lost my own sister 23 years ago. She loved to wash clothes, so she was always in my laundry room. I wish she would help me now. But the closeness that I felt from her, and also the messages that I got from her, more around her passing, are not like it was before. I rarely hear from her. Okay. My father, for some whatever reason, he was kind of a tech geek kind of guy. So he's working very hard to communicate with me ongoingly. So apports, apports, which are, okay, why don't you say what it is, my dear? Please stand up.
Oh, no, I was just saying, I understand apports, concept of communication.
Yes. Apports, you may be familiar with it, are ways in which we have a physical manifestation of a spirit's presence. And so he is one to now regularly leaving me coins. I know it's him. And whatever the issue is that he is concerned about, he's upping the amount of the coin. Yeah. No, this is absolutely true. The most recent thing, you'll appreciate this, is it was pennies at first, and then it was dimes. But the last 2 nights, and you have to believe me, I've been psychoanalyzed and I'm not suffering from any major mental disorder. I am, neurotic like most of us. But anyway, the last 2 nights, he has placed quarters in my list. I had a reading last night from someone, and what it's about, he wants me to make a doctor's appointment. Yeah. He died, I think, in 2000. So you see, there are lots of ways, I think, that they communicate with us. Anybody have a picture of a loved one that has passed? May I have the picture? It's okay, Tim? I think what it is, we're going to have to come back. If you don't mind me re-inviting myself. I didn't know to do that. Handsome gentleman. What is your name, please?
Diane.
Is this a military uniform, Diane?
Yes.
I'm not at, he's coming forth with some anxiety here. I don't know what that's about. And it's either anxiety or he's coming forth with letting me know that he had some sort of problem in his lung heart area. Because all of a sudden, as I'm watching and connecting with his energy, that's what I'm feeling. And my heart is going like this.
Mine is better, maybe it's something.
No, it's with this picture. Whose picture is this? Oh, sorry, I thought it was you. I'm sorry, I'm mixing people up here. It's towards the end of the night. Please excuse me. Can you take any problem in his throat, heart area, this gentleman?
Yeah.
Why is my heart going like this as I look at him?
I don't know, only that mine is unless you're feeling energy or something.
Yours is?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I know somebody's is.
Yeah.
I'm also feeling something in my head. I'm feeling something in my head over this side in my head, but inside, not outside. Can you accept that?
Yes.
I'm on the brink of tears from this man. I felt it over there, and I'm feeling it over here. And when I say I'm on the brink of tears, what I mean is he's coming across in a tearful fashion, such as there's some unfinished business or some regret. Can you take any of that from him?
He died suddenly.
I'm getting this, something wasn't completed or something wasn't finished with regard to his death. Do you understand that at all?
Yes. I think so.
He's also telling me that, I don't know if it was part of his work or your work or somebody's work, that they have one of those things that you put papers on and you can go around and say, what is your name? You know, like a clipboard. Why is he's showing me a clipboard where information is kept?
I carry a clipboard when I work.
You'll give me that, won't you? So he sees you. So he's letting you know that he sees you with this clipboard because he shows me a clipboard. Shows me a clipboard and information being taken. Now, he's showing me himself older. Is this a picture of him at the time of his death? Because he's showing me older.
He was 25.
Okay, well, he's showing me himself older now, or either there's somebody else in spirit. You have someone else in spirit that's a man that's older, that he has made a connection with. This is, I don't want to stereotype, but this gentleman, that he is a hefty gentleman in a dark shirt, reminds me in some way of Tony Bennett kind of look. Mixed gray hair, kind of nice looking. I would say Italian, Mediterranean looking. Does that make sense to you? Is someone in spirit with him that would fit that direction?
Yes.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to ask him for a message in view of time, if you don't mind. And sorry for my mix-up. He wants to be remembered. He wants there to be a remembrance. Other than this picture, is there another picture of him? More, not in uniform, but, you know, just kind of from here to here?
I have an oil painting, but it's in uniform, but it's a big oil painting.
Is there any other picture that you or anybody else in the family has with him from here to here? Because that's what he shows me. wanting to be remembered other than in the uniform. Because I think that the uniform was a very significant part of his life, being in the military, but there was more to him than that. And so I think he wants to be remembered not only as a military man, but as a man. All right? And with that, I'll say blessings to him and to you, and thank you for the opportunity. It's after 10. How about we do it one-on-one, because I'm mindful of the time. And I do want to be invited back. So we will stay around a few more minutes and take questions, but I would like to close the space because, we open and close. So if we just would gather together one more time, and Mother, Father, God, we, your children, are in awe of the wonderment of your presence. We thank you for the opportunity for us to commune together as one mind, one body, and one spirit. And as we leave the company of one another, please continue to bless us, to protect us, to keep us focused on the divine path that you have placed in front of us. And dear angels, healers, and guides that came forward to help us with this undertaking, we thank you, and in gratitude, in heartfelt gratitude, for the opportunity that we have had to come together tonight. And the wonderful spirit persons that came forward, we thank you for your presence. We are thankful for your insights and your messages of love, caring, and compassion. And as we leave this place of sacredness, of divinity, of peace and love, please repeat after me, dear friends. Happy am I. Happy am I. Healthy am I. Healthy am I. Holy